Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Bose, and I'm a motivational speaker. I like to help people to communicate and express themselves. That's what I do for a living. And today I'm going to be talking about three of the main misconceptions that people have about the British. Before I speak about that, I just want to thank my friend Trevor for preparing this nice cup of tea. Cheers, Trev. Lovely cuppa. Nice one, mate. Perhaps some of the listeners joining today are from another country. So maybe you will be able to relate to some of the stories that I'll be sharing later. It's always fascinated me, just like how the American and the English, we both share the same language, but at times sounds like a completely different language. I give you an example of that. The simple sentence, the water in Mallorca doesn't taste right. It's pronounced like this by some people that live in London. The water in your don't taste like it all. As you can see, it sounds like a completely different language. Which leads me to my next point. A misconception that people have is that English people all speak the King's English. And we can see from the example, nothing could be further from the truth. Back in 1983, I visited New York City, America, for the very first time, and I met my Aunt Claire, and she had an 8-month-old baby. Perhaps many of the listeners here today either have a baby, had a baby, or even thinking about having a baby. So a lot of you realize that babies can be very challenging at times, and getting them to stop crying can be extremely difficult. I learned that on my visit, and this is how it paid out. Aunt Claire, I've tried everything to stop Gary from crying. He just won't stop crying. I've taken him for a walk. I've fed him. I even went as far as to sing to him. And you'll never guess, it's just getting worse and worse.
Andrew, did you say you sang to Gary? No wonder he's crying.
Yeah, I know, Aunt Claire, that was one of the worst ideas I could ever think of, but I was desperate. Wait a minute, I just thought of an idea. Yeah, I got it. I think I have an idea. Dummy.
Excuse me? Did you just say what I thought you said?
Yeah, I said, dummy, I don't know what big deal is with that.
Andrew, do you leave your manners in England? Where's the respect?
Oh no, at the time I just blew it. I don't know if any of your listeners have ever tried to explain yourself and it just gets worse and worse and it seems like you're digging yourself deeper in the hole. Well, that's exactly how I felt on that occasion. And with the baby not stopping crying wouldn't help either. Fortunately, despite not having Google Translate back in 1983, I had exactly what I needed. I wasn't even a parent back then. You see, what Gary needs is one of these.
Andrew, why didn't you say Gary needed a pacifier?
And Flair, try to explain that to you for the past 10 minutes. And look where it's got me in a heap of trouble. By the way, Aunt Claire, you might need to sterilize this. Second misconception that I have encountered is that British people are just so jolly, happy people. And that's not true. I don't know what gave Americans that idea, but British people complain about the weather all the time. And as you know, the weather is not good. Complain it's too cold. And then when the summer comes and there's 3 weeks of sunshine, you'd think that the British people would rejoice. No, they don't rejoice. They complain it's too hot. So either way, they complain about something, one way or the other. I went back again 8 years later, and this is how it played out. Yeah, I'm Andrew. I'm visiting from England, and I'm going to be here for a few weeks with my auntie and uncle. Hey, Andrew, I'm John. You're from jolly old England. Do you meet the Queen? Back then, the Queen was alive. Yes, I met the Queen because she was on her way back to Buckingham Palace and she happened to pass my house and she just stopped for tea and crumpets and before ending her trip. And let me tell you, the Queen, she's really cool. You'll have Burger King, you'll have McDonald's. Yes, John, we have Burger King, McDonald's, we have Kentucky Fried Chicken, we have Bluetooth, and we have Wi-Fi, all part of the 21st century. In closing, the three misconceptions are that the English people speak the Queen's English. We're always happy and jolly. And you know that's not true because it rains all the time. And finally, British people are so old-fashioned. And you know we're in the 21st century. One last thing that I'm wondering about you, the listener. It's time for me to take a break. And I just wonder if you'll be drinking tea on your break. Thank you for listening. See you next time.